1 2 1 2 was a podcast. 1 2 1 2 was a podcast. Episode 116. 116. We are back. DJ Jerome Baker III. I am here. What's a podcast? We are live, ready to rock. Shout out to my man, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
What's going on, fellas?
And my man, Don't Charge Abdul.
Yo, what's a podcast? What's up?
What's happening?
Do remember you can listen to What's a Podcast. You can listen to our past episodes at whatsapodcast.live. And if you just search for us on YouTube, it's youtube.com/What's a Podcast. So check that out for all the video you're watching right now. Good times, good laughs, the whole nine. Yeah, man, episode 116, we're here.
We're
You know
back.
what I'm saying? It's summer. Summer is
Happy
here.
Memorial Day weekend to y'all. How was it?
Yeah,
Sure.
no doubt. It's fantastic.
Amazing.
Rome. We were supposed to go down to Virginia Beach. I know you made it. I fucked up and overslept, and you ended up leaving me.
Rome was
And-
down there working though, so he had to punch the clock. A clock to
Nah, I
punch.
know. How was it?
It's fantastic. It was a really good trip. It was awesome.
Who'd you end up going down there with?
Myself.
Oh, word.
Ended up pushing Dolo.
Yeah, I mean, I just wasn't playing games with that traffic.
Yeah.
How was it? Did you hit any traffic?
It's very, very little. Like the least I've ever hit.
Fredericksburg.
Right, but even that wasn't terrible. It was just like, it was more like 264.
Okay.
That's the only time that I hit traffic, but it was
Yeah.
264. But other than that, though, like, I think 'cause
4
the
hours.
4 hours, yeah. I think because the weather wasn't ideal for Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, even at the start of the party, it was raining. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not raining, but it was drizzling.
Yeah.
And but man, we powered through it, and dude, it was a good time, man. Like,
It looked like a good time.
yeah, shout out to all those kids down there, though, man. They were just super cool, super like they embraced me. You know what I'm saying? Just in terms of like what I was playing and had a good time. There's a photographer down there that's just amazing. His name is Fourth Numeral, and I was just really impressed by his work. He just caught the visuals of the party just a really excellent way.
Is he Filipino?
Of course.
Respectfully.
And
Stupid.
shout out to the Pinoy gang.
yeah, he was dope. Like we gonna put some things together for sure. And then shout out to Eric, of course. Eric's the one that brought me down there. That was a good time. E always turns up a little too much, so that was fun just being there. And after the party, man, we just went to the strip. We went to the waterfront, man, and
Was it crowded down there?
it was insane. It was
Really?
insane.
No masks.
Nah, no mask. But there's one bar that I guess they go to anyway, and that bar just completely embraces them. And that bar had a keyboard player and a DJ doing karaoke.
Oh,
That's
shit.
it.
It was fire. Like it was fire. And then it's the bar that they go to. So shout out to my man Sugar Bears. It's another DJ who I hadn't really met before, but we knew each other. And a lot of DJs down there, man. A lot of people showing love. Shout out to Kat, who works at Commonwealth. She's super cool. We hung out, and just like it was just dope, man. It was a good time. So, yeah, man.
Did you end up driving back the same night, or you spent the night?
Nah, I stayed the night. I mean, I ended up getting up at like 6. You know what I'm saying? Just again, I was not trying to
Yeah.
deal
You
with
did the
that
right
traffic.
thing.
Yeah, for sure. I was back in DC by honestly 9:15.
What time does this shut down out there?
2.
Okay.
But Eric.
Oh,
was
they're
in a-
back on.
Oh yeah, but Eric was in a bad place. Like I was like, Eric, it's 11:30. we need to leave because he started at 12. When I hit him up,
He
when
was
I
dusted.
told him I was down,
High noon.
he's like, I'm at brunch. Come through. I was like, I'm gonna take a nap. So I took a nap, and then I texted him like, Yo, I'll be there by like whatever. And the other kid that opened for me, he's dope. He's cool. We've rocked out before, but when I jumped on the set, man, it was just a good time. I played a lot of good stuff. So looking forward to going back. Potentially July 4th weekend.
Oh shit.
That's what we're talking about right now. So just got to work a few things out. But yeah, made some ill connects down there too. So like surprisingly, Virginia Beach is kind of cracking now. So shout out to everybody down there. Man. It was a good time. So
Shout out to Commonwealth.
yeah, for sure. I didn't even go past the shop. I think they were closed though because everybody was there. So, but yeah, man. I mean, good times.
How about you, Eddie? What you get into?
I just cooked out at the house, man. We had a little barbecue. My girl's parents came over, her sister and shit, family. Cooked out. It was
Oh,
dope.
okay.
Yeah. Low key. How about you?
Nice. Man, I took it easy, man. I was in the crib, and the weather wasn't that great actually.
Yeah. Well, Memorial Day was nice.
Yeah, Yeah, Monday was super nice.
Yeah.
Um, Friday was really nice. I ended up going and lining up for those DTLR New Balance 992s on Friday. I went to the Rhode Island Avenue DTLR, and that shit was packed, man. It was
Yeah.
pumping out there. I got there about an hour before they opened up, and
It was
I
already
might have been
line.
like, yeah, no, there was already a line. I might have been like 20 in line, number 20. So there was a good amount of people ahead of me.
Yeah.
But they were letting you buy like one adult size and one kid size. So I was in line when they hit the website as well, the DTLR website. So I went online and I quickly grabbed a 9 off the website.
Smart.
And so when I came up to the front, I got our guy King Carter out in L.A. Wanted a pair. I was able to get him a pair, as well as get my wife a pair. So it ended up working out. But yeah, since then I've actually been moving around, and some shops got some more pairs in later on in the week. I think they got them yesterday,
Yeah.
and people went crazy for them again. So I was looking for an extra pair for another friend of mine in the UK, as well as a friend of the show, Ravi, and also a listener of the podcast. He also wanted a pair. So I just figured, there was just every store around DC was just selling out, just because people are really, really fucking with them, right? The
Of
closer
course.
you are to Washington, DC, the more you want this shoe.
Yeah.
So I think the shops out in Bmore was still sitting on pairs because,
They don't need
I mean,
them.
Baltimore not really,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
not, I mean, they like New Balances
Yeah,
and
but
they
they're not
love
rocking
New
with the
Balances.
DC ones.
Yeah, but the DC ones just,
Yeah.
it's meant for people from DC.
Yeah.
So I actually sent my mother to the DTLR close to our house, on Liberty Heights Shopping Center.
She copped some?
Yeah, she was able to go in there and get a pair, and I asked for a bunch of sizes. They didn't out because Clark Kent was trying to get a second pair, but they didn't have his size, and they didn't have another size for my homeboy out in the UK. So yeah, I ended up getting Ravi a pair. So I haven't told him yet actually. So this is a good time to let him know, Ravi, you got your pair coming, brother. So. Yeah. Have you ever sent your moms to go grab you a pair of sneakers?
Nah.
Either one of you? That's
I had her
never
gi-
happened to me.
I had her give me rides before, but I never actually sent her.
It was actually kind of weird, just because my parents are immigrants, and I was a little bit shook because I was like, yo, when she finds out these joints are $200, she's gonna lose her mind, because $200 is like a lot of money. You know
For
what I
sure.
mean?
For sure. For
it's a lo-
sneakers, for sure.
Well, just in
Yeah.
life, you could do a lot with $200. And
Yeah.
if you ask like my immigrant parents,
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
I can feed a whole family for 3 months
Off
over
$200,
$200,
yeah.
right?
No bullshit.
Like they could make the dollar stretch." So
Yeah.
I was super nervous about that because I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna hear about this." Like, and my whole life, since I've been buying sneakers since I was a little kid, I've always been lying about prices, right? Like, like forever. Everything
Yeah.
costs $40, $50. Like even
Yeah.
up to this day,
Yeah.
I'm still that. Like I still have that sort of embarrassment when I'm talking to my mom or my father, and they ask about how much I spend on clothes or sneakers and things like that. I still kind of feel like awkward, and I gotta lie about it. So. But not.
Embellish.
She didn't say anything. She was just like, "Yo, I got him," and I sent her a picture of him, and she went in there and she talked to the people and she asked for them, and it was just really funny. I wish I had a video of her going into the shop and asking for those, because that's just hilarious on its own. So, but yeah, nah. Shout out to moms, man. She looked out.
Hell yeah.
How about you, Rome?
What?
Moms ever took you out in Phoenix to go get some sneakers? She didn't care about how much sneakers cost and none of that?
No, that was no.
That wasn't
bro.
happening.
Nah, she's good on that. She bought me a cell phone today though. That was pretty tight.
Oh, word? That's dope.
Yeah, she bought me the iPhone whatever.
12?
Yeah, the 12th.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're in the game now.
Welcome
Let's
to the
go.
future.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, my phone now works, so I wasn't really tripping so much. But
Which what iPhone do you have now?
the X. You know what I
The
mean?
10.
So,
Yeah, the
yeah,
10.
my joint's fine. But
Yeah.
there was some, I guess, AT&T and Sprint merged or something. I don't know. There's some things, contracts got to end. Whatever, it's all good.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. So,
New
episode
phone.
116, What's the Podcast? We did speak about Memorial Day weekend just passing, and something that I just found out was the actual, the actual beginning of Memorial Day.
The significance of it.
No, not
Yeah.
the significant. No, the actual the beginning of it. Like
Oh,
it
okay.
actually was. It actually was started.
Was it
So
Black Soldiers?
Stretch Armstrong, the DJ.
Okay.
It was so Memorial Day was actually a tradition initiated by former slaves to celebrate emancipation and commemorate those who died for the cause. So like, I
African
never-
American soldiers.
Yes, yes. So I never knew
Yeah.
what Memorial Day was about. I mean, I always was just like, yo, shout out to
Yeah.
soldiers. My father was in some war, and you know what
Okay.
I'm saying, all that good stuff.
Shout out to him.
But for that to find out the significance in terms of what it started as and what it is now was just
Yeah.
very eye opening. And the
I'm
more
going to
we-
say maybe 65% of people found out this Memorial Day that's how Memorial Day actually started. It
For
was
sure.
made for African American soldiers.
I'd say closer to 80.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. I was
For
lowballing
sure.
it at 65. Yeah, because I found that out as well, and it was. I was like, what? I was actually a little bit shocked. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
You're gonna do it a little bit harder next year.
yeah, and because if you look at Memorial Day weekend, especially here in DC, it's and respectfully, because the meaning of Memorial Day, as we've just found out, is very serious, and it is to honor. It started with black soldiers, but now it's really to honor those in the military and those that have lost their lives. But
Yeah.
the people that come to DC is like,
Yeah.
yo, it's like straight like biker gangs, right?
Straight up.
Straight up like Sons of Anarchy out here.
Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, like, so it looks like very racist. I'll be honest. Like, to me, I was out for a run on
Yeah.
on.
I don't think those people know what
No,
Memorial Day
they
started.
they definitely don't know. They definitely still don't know,
Yeah.
because I was out at I went for a run on Sunday afternoon, and man, on the way back, I ran down to the mall, and then I ran to Haynes Point, and on the way back to my car, I mean, they had the parade was happening with the motorcycles. It's whatever you call it, but it's
Rolling Thunder.
Is that what it is? The Rolling Thunder?
Yep.
It was literally like 3,000 bikes, and they were all like
more than 3,000.
easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just tons and tons of white bikers with really big beards, and it was a little bit scary because I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers are deep as shit right now, and they all struck me as it seemed like a very one-sided affair, right? But yeah, it's just weird that Memorial Day has turned into that, because I kind of get a sense as to these people that are in town celebrating, quote unquote, celebrating Memorial Day might not really understand what the full meaning of it is. And maybe they do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how soldiers and soldiers that have lost their lives have translated into motorcycle rolling thunder and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting thing. I would like to maybe learn a little bit more as to how that happened and when it happened.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I think their actions sort of let you know what their thought process is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the lack of action that lets you know what somebody's thought process is. And
Yeah.
they've never, ever, ever, you don't see them speaking about, celebrating black soldiers and
Right.
slaves. You know what I mean? So
They don't even know. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, ignorance is bliss, right? And we're learning that about this country 1,000,000% right now. Like, we just passed 100 years for Tulsa.
Right.
The Tulsa
massacre.
The Tulsa
Yeah.
massacre. And then people just found out about the Gap Band, and you dropped a bomb on me, and the significance of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, that was for the Tulsa massacre?
Yes, sir. Look at that. We just found out on the podcast now.
Boom.
Yep.
Oh, shit. I
Because-
did not know that.
The Gap Band are from Tulsa.
Oh.
So, so you've got like all sorts of information about the country in general is sort of coming to the light. You
I
know what I
love it.
mean?
I love
And
it.
Yeah.
that's why you have all these people that are so upset about critical race theory, and you know what I'm saying, like all these things that just sort of. I'm trying to find Biden spoke about it today, yesterday, maybe.
Yeah, I saw a
Uh,
headline about that. I meant to read and see what he said, if it
yeah,
was anything of great significance, but
it
I
was.
didn't get around to it.
It
It
was. I
was a
got to.
good speech.
Yeah, I got to drop down today on my phone, but yeah, I mean, we're just learning about this country, and I don't think, and that's why the whole conversation about critical race theory is so uh, a hotbed now, because you're bringing white people's uh, behavior to the forefront,
Yeah.
and it's saying, and then what you're able to do is you're able to highlight the inequalities and the things that it has created, and you're able to say, because you did this 400 years later, we still have
These are the
this.
effects of that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and but people don't want to be held accountable for that. They kind
Right.
of want to just
Nobody wants to take responsibility.
they
Yeah.
want to just make up excuses and do whatever the case
Yep.
may be.
And,
Um,
and you know, that's the number one thing I hear from the white people who are against it is like, well, I wasn't there. You know, I never did anything like that. I love black people, or I love people of color. Like, but what you don't understand is that the systemic things that were put in place hundreds of years ago have now led to your race essentially being superior than everybody else because you have way more advantages on your side. It's
well,
completely one-sided.
it's multifaceted. It's the same
Yeah.
reason why
Yeah.
It's the same reason why Asians are considered the model minority, because they're supposed to
Right.
be passive and quiet and sort of docile when it comes to the white man. And
Yep.
I
And
just read
that's changing too.
Well, I just read
Yeah.
a story yesterday. It was like the 4 reasons why Asians aren't the you know what I'm saying, model minority. But you know, in the same reason, to me it's always funny when people have these conversations about who they are, what they are, because if you're not able to confront your past and deal with it in a way that says, hey man, like I'm gonna hold my people accountable and I am here because of what they did, which was fucked up, then it is what it is, man. Like we don't got to be friends. 40 years old, man. I don't care. Like
Right.
we don't have to be friends.
Yeah.
You know, it's not junior high school. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, shout out to everybody who just learned something new this weekend. It's a beautiful thing. 116. What's a podcast? The Washington Wizards are now out of the
It's confirmed.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wrap. They
Oh,
lost
man.
5 games to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, tragedy.
And I mean they weren't supposed to win.
We weren't
uh,
contenders.
Nah.
Nah. But Westbrook played a hell of a year. Bradley Beal played a hell of a year, and they'll
Is
be
that
back
it?
next
Is
year.
that the reason why? Is because those are the only two dudes that we have. We don't have any other strong players on the squad.
There you go.
Yep.
The supporting cast is just extremely weak.
So we
You know
gotta
what
we
I mean?
gotta come correct next year.
Yes, for sure. There's a lot of things they can do to be a better team. So we'll see what happens, man. But shout out to the Wizards. I mean, I didn't make any games this year, but next year I'll go when the Suns come to town. That was my one game a year that Bell and I used to go to. So 116, Michael Jordan donated $1 million to Morehouse to boost journalism and sports studies. I mean, it's beautiful to see HBCUs being the recipient of big money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't care. I don't like to see an athlete donate money to like Michigan State. Like who?
Right.
Like, that shit is whack.
Yeah.
I love to see black schools get money because we need it. And I was there 20 years ago. We needed it, and I was there 2 years ago. We still need it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I really am a fan of seeing athletes, particularly MJ, who's a billionaire, come off some cheese.
Yeah, and I think it's also good to see Mike doing something like this because for years, even if Mike was doing stuff for black colleges or for inner cities and things like that, we might not necessarily have seen it.
Right.
But really, the word around it was Mike stayed quiet when it came to things about, you know what I'm saying, about things that were affecting the black community, right? And so it is good to see that, he's sort of stepping up. Um, and maybe it has to do with where he is in life too. You know, they say you can't rush people into doing things they don't want to do, and he now just has a change of heart, or maybe he was just doing it the whole time. We just never knew. But this is definitely dope, man. I think Morehouse has been a recipient of a lot of these type of blessings, which is dope.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple of years ago.
He like paid
all
for all the student loans.
But it wasn't him. It was
No, but some other like billionaire.
right. Some other billionaire paid for the whole graduating class's student loans.
Yeah, student debt.
Yeah, the student debt. And
That's fire.
yeah, and a family friend of mine, of mine and my wife's, Leo, he was graduating from Morehouse that year. So yeah, his student debt got erased.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's dope, man. Morehouse is definitely an institution that's brought us. Did Spike Lee go to Morehouse? Am I bugging? He went to NYU, right?
NYU Film School, but I think for undergrad he went to Morehouse.
I
Yeah,
think he went to
I
Morehouse,
thought
yeah.
he went to Morehouse, but
Yeah.
yeah, because Morehouse has pulled out some gems, man, some legends and some leaders in our community, and just all together, just like every other HBCU, but Morehouse especially. Is it the only HBCU that's a all men's, or it's only for men? Are there any
mean,
other ones? I can't think of any other
I
ones
can't think
that
of
are
any
not
other- but
co-ed.
That is just more so in name, not really in practice. Like
Oh,
when
right,
you-
because Spelman is around the corner too. So
and the men take classes at Spelman, and the men take classes with women in there.
I did not know that.
I took a college visit to Morehouse. My cousin went to Morehouse.
Oh, okay.
And I went to see him when I was a senior. So for my spring break was the week that Biggie Life After Death came out. So that's all you heard in Atlanta, 97.
97.
And yeah, he was like, there's literally women everywhere. And there was like there's Spelman, Morehouse, and then there's like 2 other black schools right there. So like you're not like sequestered from the women, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like no, you take classes with women, you take classes at Spelman, like it's
What were the
cracking up.
girls looking like?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. How come
97.
you didn't go? Oh, your mother went to Hampton, or your dad went to Hampton? Right?
I was trying to get a basketball scholarship, and so I was like, I'm not going here. Like this is, you know what I'm saying? And
okay.
and then when I didn't get, I only got partials out of high school. I didn't get full scholarships, and my mother was like, I can pay for Hampton full, or you can get a partial to go to these other 2 schools. And ultimately, she was just like, you're not going there. I'm sending you to Hampton.
Yeah, like I'm paying for it. You're going.
Yeah, you go where I'm telling
Yeah,
you to
I
go.
mean, it was just more like, all right, cool. Like, I'm not going to
Yeah.
trip. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wanted to hoop, but ultimately, like, Hampton was a great decision for me. So,
Dang, I never realized that you were that nice in basketball, where
Yeah.
you were getting recruited, or there was even a chance of you playing ball.
it was all
Yeah.
state my senior year, led the state in assists.
Damn.
Yeah, I played with Richard Jefferson, who played he played at U of A. He played in the NBA for like 12, 15 years, something like
Damn.
that. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, we used to get busy, man, for sure. So,
Is your brother nice too?
brother's better than me. Yeah, he
Oh,
played
what?
he played on some amazing high school teams, and he just was. I mean, Kellen was really good. Like Kellen should have went. Kellen was you know what I'm saying. We still talk about that often, but
He's
things happen.
Busy chasing skirts.
Nah, I don't,
He's chasing that bag right now.
in 2001, I don't know what the focus. I think he wanted to go to like U of A, and
What's
they
U
offered,
of A? Alabama?
No,
Arizona.
Arizona.
Oh, Arizona.
Wildcats.
Okay.
And I think they offered him a different scholarship. And so here comes my mom, like, you're gonna go to Baltimore. And so
Baltimore?
he went to Morgan.
Did he really?
Went to Morgan,
The Morgan State Bears.
and I came to visit him, and I was just like, yeah, this ain't it. He's like, nope. this ain't
He was
it.
miserable at Morgan.
He was I mean, he made some great friends at Morgan. but
Yeah.
he
I
just wasn't-
loved Morgan.
He wasn't about it. And
Yeah.
he went to Morgan for a year, I think, and then transferred down to University of Arizona.
Ah.
So, because he was still
Yeah.
trying to play ball, you know what I mean? So
Everybody from my high school went to Morgan. That was like
Yeah.
13th grade for me.
I mean, Morgan was cool. I mean, we came up for a weekend that was popping. Me and my man Chinkota and one of the other homies. We had a good time up there, but it just was,
Yeah.
it wasn't for my brother. So I get
Yeah.
it. I respect it. You know what I mean?
Morgan State has some legendary homecomings too, man. I saw Nas perform there in like 94. was dope. 93, 94, something like that.
I mean, shout out to HBCUs, man. The whole experience is just it's one of a kind. You know what I mean? And I don't know anything other, so I can't speak to anything else. But we used to be at ODU and William and Mary and those places, and you just felt like this really isn't for us. Plus, plus you're just in Virginia, so like going to Williamsburg was never really the move, other than the outlets.
Exactly.
Like the outlets were popping, but you didn't want
Hooters. They were known for Hooters.
There was one in Hampton though, so you didn't even have to go.
Oh, okay.
So you would see like the girl in your trigonometry class. You know what I mean? So
Motherfuckers love Hooters, man. I never was a fan of it. I never really thought that the girls working in there were super tight either, like everybody else thought. Maybe I'm just a weirdo.
You got to go to the ones that are like only white and Mexican girls. They're like,
So pretty much in Arizona.
I got to go to Arizona.
Hooters Mesa.
There was one right by Arizona State University, and that was literally like, and you're just like, every woman in here is fantastic. All Kelly and Lisa and all them. You know what I'm saying? They're amazing. You know what I'm saying? But like when you go to Hooters in Rockville, you're just like, this isn't really popping. Or like the Hooters that used to be on 7th Street.
7th Street by Chinatown.
Yeah, they were just trying to bag older dudes.
Yeah, like the worst service in the world.
Worst service ever. Like,
oh my God.
It was the worst service ever. But episode 116 was the podcast.
Shout out to our first time listeners, man. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. And
actually, shout out to my man Kinsworth. Kinsworth is my homie in Boston.
Sounds like his last name should be Bentley.
Nah,
Kinsworth Bentley.
His last name is something probably African. I don't know.
All right, shout out to Kinsworth.
Shout out Kinsworth.
Kinsworth texted me. I mean, he didn't text me. He hit me on Twitter the other day and said, "Yo, I'm 115 for 115 on."
He's all in.
He's listening to every episode.
100%.
Yo, shout out to you.
Shout out to Kinsworth, man.
Yeah, he's a good DJ. Shout out to his
word.
Harrison. They throw a really, really, really dope R&B party. I was in Boston a couple years ago. I was playing on a Sunday. They had Cousin B playing their party. It was just New York Giant was there. It was a bunch of the homies. It was like we're in Boston on a Sunday. It was super random, but incredible time, man. So shout out to Kinsworth, my guy.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously the big news in the part of the big news in the sports world is Naomi Osaka withdrawing from the French Open. Pretty much after she did what she said she was going to do. She's like, I don't want to speak to the press. They fined her for not speaking after her first round victory.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then she was like, all right, I'm good. Like y'all got it. And she just stepped away. And you saw them scramble immediately because all four major tennis tournaments had come together to issue the same sort of decree. If you don't talk, there's a chance you get banned, and we're a united front. She didn't talk. She made $52 million, I believe, last year, something like that, in off-court money. Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And she stepped. And as soon as she stepped, they all of a sudden became very empathetic.
Right.
And they became very...
The tune changed.
They became very sort of, we understand, we're there for her. Like, so they did a complete 180 because now they're in the limelight looking crazy.
Yep.
And, it was a lot of... low level websites, Barstool and Deadspin, who were just putting out a lot of filth. But in terms of trying to
Barstool is the same site. I think their CEO was throwing around the N-word like it was nothing a few months ago. Dave something I forget his name.
Barstool is also the same site that supports Gilly and his other guy.
Right.
Their podcast.
Wallow.
Yeah, so I don't really mess with them. I don't really mess with their podcast either. But what I will say is that our future guest, we still got to line it up, but our future guest, Clinton Yates of ESPN and The Undefeated, came out with a stellar article, which you guys should read.
I should check that out.
Oh, man, Yates killed it. Yates is the preeminent next level sort of like he is the dude.
He's the future of ESPN.
But he's going to be the dude. And Yates' angle is very, he's very DC, very hometown.
Oh, he's from here.
Yeah, he's from DC.
Okay.
But Yates is also coming to you from like my first love is baseball. And as a
Yep.
black, as a black,
Interesting.
as a black dude in 2021, I completely respect that because as much as I love hoop, I love baseball. Like,
Do you
that's-
really?
God,
Is that your first love?
Nah, hoop is, but second love is baseball. I played shortstop, and shortstop was my favorite. It's my favorite position in all sports. And Yates,
You might be like the first one of my black friends who American black friends who loves baseball. Because
baseball's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think my high school even had a baseball team. Like that's just
My high school was sending kids to LSU like it was nothing, and
for baseball.
for baseball, and then LSU in the '90s was like that deal. You know what I'm saying? Other than Pepperdine, Stanford, a couple other schools, you know what I'm saying? LSU was that deal. So for us, baseball, Mesa American Little League was like you got in and that was a farm system. From the time you're 5, 6 years old, you're playing baseball, and then once you get to junior high, you pretty much make a decision. Am I going to continue to play baseball, football, basketball, whatever? And I went with basketball, but you know, I just bought a glove like a couple weeks ago, brand new glove. You know what I'm saying? Just to toss around and just to like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's different in Arizona. You can go to you could just there's baseball fields everywhere,
You go play pickup.
easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You ever hit
here,
the batting cages out here?
I haven't hit about.
Where
here.
is there batting cages?
They're around in the
Probably,
suburbs.
probably in Maryland. Yeah,
Okay.
probably in Maryland. But like in Arizona, also I think like the sky zones are a bit different. They have like a kind of adult themed sky zones out there, and they have
Yeah.
batting cages out there. And there's a place called Kiwanis Park that has a batting cage we've been going to for 30 years. And
Batting
it's
cages
just-
are dope.
Batting cages are incredible.
Dope,
bro.
yeah.
Like it's a good time, man.
I
Yeah.
never been.
Oh, it's lit.
Man. Oh man, you got.
It's not easy.
Nah.
Yeah, it's not easy.
You try to hit that 95 mile an hour.
Oh, nah. You got to keep
But-
that
There's
shit
no
like
way- there's
40
no way I
miles
could
an
hit-
hour.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. As I got older, I could not hit the curveball. The curveball is
You can't hit that dip on you.
because it's coming at you, and you got to stay. You got to stay.
Yeah.
And I'm always like this.
You swing early.
Nah.
You're saying it.
They
Yeah,
just
you
hit
feel like
me.
it's coming at you.
Yeah.
And as soon as you pull back,
Strike.
It drops.
when you look down, it's right there in the catch. You're like,
Yep.
come on, Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How did they do that?
But Yates, but again, we'll have Yates on the show soon. We just got to just line it up. But he wrote an incredible article about why it was the media's time to listen to Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
And why they should, you know what I'm saying, respect what she's saying. I don't know if you guys saw the clip that Venus Williams also,
Yep.
when they asked her about it, Venus Williams basically like, yo, y'all can't fuck with me. Like, y'all can't see me on this court. And I just look at y'all and I just sort of, when y'all ask me a question, that's what I envision. I envision that the person asking me this question cannot light a candle to me, is what she said.
Yep.
Verbatim. And so, you know, everybody deals with it differently, right?
Yeah.
I think Naomi Osaka she's not tripping. She'll be in the next Off-White campaign, I'm sure.
I love it.
She'll you know what I'm
Nike
saying?
backed her.
Louis
which
Vuitton, I
is
think.
big. Yeah.
She'll be in a place where
She's chilling already.
within 5 years, if she doesn't want to play tennis anymore, she doesn't have to. You know what I'm
And-
saying?
and, you know, I saw this. I think it was a tweet on. I saw it on Instagram, but I think it was actually a tweet by somebody called Run July, and they wrote, "The anger towards Naomi Osaka withdrawing from the French Open shows me people aren't just mad she won't talk to the press to protect her mental health. They're mad at the fact she has the power and wealth to choose not to entertain you if she so wishes." And that's kind of like right on the money, right? Like
Yeah.
especially when you see people, they did the same thing to Serena Williams a year or two ago when they criticized her outfit. It was like she had the all black like Nike catsuit on, which was actually designed to stop her from having blood clots because she had just had a baby, right?
Yeah.
So, but she caught a lot of shit for it, and now you see another black woman getting all kinds of bullshit because she just doesn't want to do a press conference. Like,
She's not there to do press conferences.
bro,
She's
I'm
there
here to play
tennis.
I'm here to
That's
play
it.
fucking tennis.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I wanna
came
go to
in
the
here. I
locker room.
smashed everybody in this
Yeah.
first round. I'm gonna go chill.
Yeah, I'm done. My
Yeah.
obligations here are done. I don't have to talk to you.
I saw
Yeah.
I saw one of the talking points about particularly the French Open, and I guess they were trying to blame it on cultural differences. And one of the main points they felt was the French arrogance.
Yeah.
The French feel like they're entitled to having the athletes speak to them. They feel like you being at the French Open is a good look for you, right? You're not doing us a
Right.
favor; we're doing you a favor. You should be honored that we're talking to you. And I hope that I hope that like again, no disrespect to anybody that's French. If you like Paris, it's great for you. But when I think of when I think of Paris, I think about what they've done to Haiti, and I just don't.
All of Africa. You ask the French, they're entitled to all of Africa.
No, yeah, I just don't. I don't feel the way they feel about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Kick rocks.
It's just, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the fallout.
I think she's gonna be all right.
Of
I know
course, she's
she'll
going to be
all right.
great.
It would be awesome to see how other sports react. But I think there's a difference between the French press or European press and American press. And
Right.
American press, we've already seen athletes black out and not talk to them and take
Yeah.
the fine, et cetera, et cetera.
Marshawn Lynch. What did he say? I'm only here so I don't get fined. Remember, he was doing that for like he was going to press conferences, and every question he got asked, that was his answer.
Same answer.
Yeah, it was the same answer. He's like, I'm only here so I don't get fined, or something along those lines.
Kyrie did it a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Kyrie.
No, go ahead. Sorry,
I
my
was just
bad.
saying he took the fine like, hey,
Yeah.
listen, it is what it is. I don't
I'm
wanna
good.
talk to y'all.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
good.
wanna talk to- Kyrie said I don't even. Kyrie was like, I'm just not going to play. That's why he was sitting there. Like, I want to protect my mental health.
Yeah,
And I don't want to deal with the media, so I'm just not going to play. And it
Yeah.
was they, and what you going to tell the man? They in the playoffs. He had a killer year, like, you know what I mean? So,
and,
I
and
love-
shout out to Kyrie, man. He came and spoke in favor of Naomi Osaka as well. His exact quote was, "We're all with you, Queen. Just be you. That will always be enough." And Steph Curry also
I was
came
like,
and,
yes,
and gave
Steph did as well. Yeah.
encouraging words for Naomi. I mean, this is a young woman, man. She's just a few years older than our daughters, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's a little bit more than a few years older, but still, she's still. How old is
She's-
she? Like 19 or 20 years old, right?
Yep.
So she's still. This is a young person, and like all this is it can be a lot.
I think she's like 23.
That's still young though,
Yeah,
right?
for
I
sure.
get it. So she's not the 18-year-old that we first saw a few years ago, but in my head, she kind of still is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, yeah, man. I mean, Naomi Osaka is a champion, dog. Like, we just power through it, and we hope you feel better. We're supporting you every which way, and thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think the fallout has really been in her favor because if you
Yeah.
type in her name right now, I just typed her name in right now on Google. The first 5 articles are all about like this app shows support.
Yep.
There's it's not just Naomi Osaka. No one really likes post match interviews. It's just about Naomi Osaka's silence speaks volumes. Michael Phelps salutes Naomi. So there's, you know what I'm saying?
Salute
Like,
to
there's-
Michael Phelps, Baltimore Zone,
so
Weed
there's a
Head of
lot
the Year.
there's a lot of, I think, just support for what she's doing. And,
Good.
and we'll go from there. You know, what I'm
She
saying?
deserves it.
Yeah. So
Is she
the-
still with young Corday,
Corday.
DMVs?
Yep.
He was the first dude to comment on her post. Or something
course
like
he
that.
did.
Like, you know what I mean? My
Good.
man he has energy when it comes to her.
Yo.
Also, if he was on a podcast, Earning Your Leisure. I watch it every now and then, and he was talking about his investment strategy, and it's pretty solid. I'm not.
He's
What'd he say?
He's a pretty smart kid.
He
He's
just
a
was
smart
like,
kid.
Yeah, he just was like, yo, like I'm just very. His whole family is smart, right?
Yeah.
He got his first check. He tried to give it to his mom. His mom was like, "Do you even have this in the bank?" He's like, "No, I'm giving you my." She wouldn't accept the transfer and make, you know what I'm saying. So
Oh,
when
man.
he has a whole.
What a good mom. I would have taken that shit right to flight. Class.
His stepdad is so he has a nice little financial situation going up. So
Yeah.
What would you do if your daughter blows up, and let's say your daughter becomes Naomi Osaka status, and that first check, what are you gonna do if she's still under 18, where you still kind of control everything? What are you doing, Jerome?
nothing.
You show her how to set up a bank account,
Trying to
set up a
tell you,
savings
bro.
account.
Yeah, I'm super
Yeah.
like,
You-
yeah, I'm chilling.
You're not
That's
blowing
hers.
it.
Nah, I'm wait.
Nah.
I'm gonna wait till those endorsement checks come in, because I think that's the thing that athletes.
How much are you blowing though? You got to blow something. Like what? Like let's say it's a $2 million check.
10
I'm
racks maybe,
On what? 10 racks.
just on a variety of things. Like what I would just bits and pieces here and there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. I'm not that dude though. Like I would wait till she has like 100 million in the bank.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh okay, let's go buy out the bar at a dive bar or something.
I might have to go harder than 10 racks though. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
no.
touch it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I
You
would
guys
just,
are better fathers than me.
Yeah,
would-
I wouldn't touch it.
I would just set up the proper sort
Because
of like.
Nah, of
everything you
course.
have is going to them anyway. So why are you going
Yeah.
to touch their shit? You know?
Well, because I've already invested so much.
Yeah,
right?
but everything that you have saved up your whole life is going to
I'm
eventually be
joking, I'm
theirs. You know?
joking. I know.
I'm gonna wait till she gifts me like $2 million.
That's
Right?
different. She
Then-
could buy you a crib or something.
Right. So then buy me the crib in the Hamptons. Then I'll go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But until then, we chilling. You know. What
Shout
I'm
out to
saying?
young
So,
Corday, man. I'm glad that he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, smart kid, man.
Smart
Yeah.
kid, yeah, for sure. So episode 116, everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. There was a video, basically of a woman's backyard camera.
Oh,
First of
I
all-
saw that.
First of all, she had to have 7 or 8 dogs. She had
Yeah.
all these dogs, right? But some way, somehow, there's a bear scaling her
A
fence.
grizzly bear.
So it's the beginning of the video. You just see the bear is pretty much attacking all of these dogs right, as it tries to get over the fence. The woman just completely blacks out,
Lawrence Taylor.
runs outside, shoves the bear.
Damn.
Then she literally gathers all of her animals. This all happened within 10 seconds.
Eddie,
And-
you haven't seen this video?
Nah.
Oh, dog,
I'ma
you
watch
gotta
it right
go,
now.
go on Crime Faces page.
I'ma
He did
watch
a
it right now.
Voiceover, but yo, what a brave woman! Holy shit!
I would let that motherfucker have my bear. My dogs. You can take my dogs.
Yo, if that's not my children,
Yeah, you can take my
come
dogs.
on, like a dog. I mean, maybe I'm
Nah.
not even the right person to say this because
Nah.
I am not an animal lover at all. But yo, eat my fucking dogs. I might videotape it.
For
Actually.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
going to
never-
videotape it, but
I
I'm not
never
worried
loved
about
it.
a dog.
But that was, she's built different. It almost looks like this is not the first time she's done something like this. She might be out there fighting kangaroos and shit, and they just caught it on camera this time. It was unbelievable.
It was adrenaline at its finest. Like it was 100% like
Wouldn't
all,
be,
Yeah.
man.
all
Fuck that.
reaction. Like she went out. She didn't hesitate with the bear. She just
No.
shoved him.
Shoved him,
Got all her animals.
and she
could-
walked back. She was still like calm and collected.
But
You know what I'm
could tell-
saying?
You could tell she was yelling at those animals like, "Yo, get inside!"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to her. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
It was
out to
very-
her. I wonder what state that is. That must be like Northern California or some shit, right?
Probably.
Or maybe even Arizona. Y'all got bears in Arizona?
Oh,
Nah.
damn.
Not like that.
You're just watching it, Eddie?
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that. Yeah.
Yo,
Fuck
she
that.
is nuts. Wow.
Yeah, she's wilding.
What a brave woman, man.
Or
With a
stu-
dress
or-
on.
or
She got a dress on,
Or
barefoot.
stupid woman.
I mean, it ended up good, so we can only give her props. You know
I mean,
what
I
I'm
give her
saying?
props, but that's stupid as shit. Could have went really, really, really bad for her.
But maybe those animals are like her children. She might not have any kids.
No, I hear you.
You know, some people
Yeah.
are just some
Dog crazy.
Yeah, white people love dogs more than they
Dog
love
crazy.
people of color. That's also a fact. So
Super fact.
Yeah.
you know, like they don't care about police murdering black men and women, but you know, something happens to a dog, they're ready to lock you up for life.
Up in arms. You know?
Yeah, there's
Uh,
protests, all kinds
yeah.
of things happening.
Episode
Yeah.
116. So as I'm in Virginia Beach this past weekend DJing, it was popping, man. I hit some of the clubby routines. I hit some of the edit some of the cool guys stuff. I was in my bag fully.
Yeah.
And at one point, you know what I'm saying, I was like, I hit a few Drake records in a row. Like,
Oh,
sounds
you
good.
did?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
In Virginia Beach.
yeah. Listen,
Did you let the clips ring off though?
I don't live there, so you know what I'm saying. I'm the out of town
Everybody
talent.
loves Drake, man. Everybody loves
Yeah.
Drake.
Exactly right. Like
Artist
so.
of the decade.
Everybody loves
Listen,
Drake.
I'm DJing for a highly mixed bag of people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This is not
Full House.
This is not Norfolk's finest. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but I look up and I'm like, oh, that's Push's wife over there. I'm like, oh man, should I tone down the drizzy or should I just keep it moving? I kept it moving because whatever, right? I ain't tripping off nobody. But we also so then today, Isabel and I are walking back from her school, and the car drives by is playing back to back. I haven't heard back to back
Yeah, it's been quiet for back to back.
in a minute, right? But I say all that to say we just recently went past the 3-year anniversary of the Pusha and Drake.
The story
fiasco.
of Adidon.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
It was ugly.
It was ugly.
Yeah, 3 years went by. Wow.
I remember I was closing in Commonwealth and I called Omar. I was like, "Bro, have you heard this?" He's like, "Heard
Drake
what?"
just died.
And I sent him the link. And I was like, "Listen to it and call me back." I think I was walking home and like I got to like I don't know, barely past the little soccer field right there by
Yeah.
the shot. And he called me back like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
And we just and I just remember that being that was one of those great Twitter days.
Is he dead?
Twitter went insane.
Yo, that was a homicide. A lyrical homicide. I think we've had this conversation before and Eddie disagreed.
Yeah.
Because I think
I mean, I don't think that. I don't know. I think Drake should have had one more verse.
well, he
You know what I'm
chose
saying?
not to have one.
Well, you never know. I think we haven't heard the last of it.
I mean,
He's
you know
slowly
what?
he's slowly getting revenge back on Kanye, knocking his ex-wife down.
He did?
I mean, that's the word on the streets is that he's been seen out with Kim K
Hey.
all around town. So he's
Okay.
slowly. I think he's got something for pushing
All
in the
right.
works. I think
I
he
mean-
got something for pushing in the works.
You know what? That was just because not only did he kill him on the track, but just the artwork itself was just something we'd never seen before.
Yeah, that was
Drake
crazy.
in blackface.
For real, I think the artwork did it more than his lyrics. For me,
I think the
like for me,
artwork hurt him with corporate sponsorships.
yeah, I think that the artwork that Pusha found was like way more impressive than his verses to me.
I almost feel like the artwork might have played a larger role in him losing that Adidas bag than him hiding his son. Because, I think people inside already knew that, right? I think even some of the folks at Adidas might have already known, like he was about to have a son. They knew the word was already out of
Yeah.
Adidon. Like, Adidas comes around and they say that, well, there was nothing signed and there was no deal in place yet, but the conversations were happening.
yeah, the ball was rolling.
The ball was rolling, and there was already a plan of rolling out Adidon, the brand, which was named after Drake's son.
Right.
And I know this because they're retailer friends of ours, who I'll tell you all later, who were already being sold on the idea of Adidon by
Yeah,
Adidas.
for
Like,
sure.
They were
There was a shoe. We got the shoe.
see, okay, there you
Shoe-
go.
The shoe is terrible, by the way.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they reassigned it to Seth Rogen or somebody like that.
Oh, the fat kid. What's his name?
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Jonah.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah. That was the Drake shoe.
So the
And there was $20 million or $60 million, something
yeah,
like that.
so
Yeah,
so
something like
even though there might not have been, which I don't even know if it's true or not. I heard Wex on John Wexler, a previous Adidas employee legend, on the Complex Sneakers podcast, and he was saying there was no real deal in place. And while that might be true, and I'm not saying Wex is lying, I'm
Yeah.
just simply saying they were having conversations and their ball was already rolling. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? They were already having conversations with retailers about this Adidon line, which was going to be coming out. So when Pusha came and fucked that whole shit up, they were pissed. And I actually think Pusha caught a little bit of heat within. He's also signed to Adidas. I think he might have caught a little bit of backlash from that because has he dropped a shoe in 3 years?
He dropped one more that like
That was
Oswego.
probably already pending. That was
well,
probably already in the
remember,
queue.
remember
drop.
remember the first one was
Was the
fire.
all white? Was the cocaine white joint?
Yeah, but the second one they
was
dropped
like an off white joint.
And it
that,
didn't-
that was
it didn't
was a
do as
little
well.
bit slow. It was
It
a
didn't
great
do as
shoe.
well.
It didn't do as well.
Right. So again, of course not. He definitely didn't. Pusha definitely hurt his own bag by
Yeah.
doing that, but he wasn't tripping off Adidas at that point.
He's still not tripping off of Adidas.
He was surgical summer. I am here to protect my rap,
Yes,
Crap.
my legacy.
which he did.
And you got to respect that because some people kind of forget where they're coming from and they all of a sudden they think they're designers. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel like, yo, I came in on hip hop, but I'm no longer a rapper. I'm now a designer. I'm now
Fuck outta here.
fucking Virgil's best friend. I'm
Right.
this, that, and the other.
Right.
Not Pusha T. I'm a fucking hip hop historian. I'm here. I know what this shit was built on.
Yeah.
And my lyrics and my credibility in this game is more important than a bag that I'm getting from Adidas and a deal that I signed with them because they chose to do business with me because of my musical accolades. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Plus Pharrell.
Sure, of course, yeah. I mean, his ties to the game are and Kanye because Kanye,
Right.
he's still good music, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So all of these things matter, but at the end of the day, I mean, he had to have known when what he was doing was going to fuck up his bag a little bit, and it was just he chose to still continue with it.
I don't think he cared. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't care. I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. So, it's hard for me to hear that Drake won that battle, only because I just don't see how that's possible. But I'm a Drake fan.
I think overall, like career wise, Drake is winning, and that's why. That's
Sure,
why I don't
of
think
course.
he really gives a fuck because he's probably just like.
Nah, he
whatever,
gives
like,
a fuck. He gives a fuck. But you're right. He's artist of the
Like,
decade,
yeah,
well
career-
deservedly.
Yeah.
He's the Billboard.
Look, Jerome's hating. He's winding up.
I mean, it's the same Nas Jay conversation. Nas won the
Yeah.
battle. Jay's way more successful.
Yeah.
Listen, both of y'all tripping, but it is what it is, man. Like,
Shout out to
Yeah.
Pusha, man.
yeah, I mean, but again,
3-year anniversary though.
3-year
What,
anniversary.
what clips joints did you let fire off? Did you let go down there? Anything? Did they go
Grinding.
crazy for clips? Grinded?
I'm good. I'm good. That because it's a little lighthearted. I mean, you got to remember if these kids, Grinding came out 20 years ago.
Yeah.
These kids are in the early 20s, early to
Yeah.
mid 20s.
Even the Filipino kids down there,
Yeah,
the
I
Filipinos love clips.
They know what it is.
The
They know what it
Filipinos
is.
love R&B, and that's
What?
Yes, that's what you have to remember.
That's
When you're
interesting.
DJing.
I did not know that.
I mean, you're not a DJ.
Roland is
right?
listening to R&B.
The Filipinos love R&B. There's a
So
party called
what'd you hit him with?
a lot of R&B.
Like
I
what?
played everything.
Yeah.
R.
I
Kelly?
played everything. Nah. I deleted all the
Jerome
R. Kelly.
deleted all the R. Kelly.
R. Kelly's gone.
R. Kelly's gone. Good.
Tory Lanez is gone next. I got to delete
Good.
that soon for the
Yep.
clubs reopen.
Whatever happened to that? That shit
Nothing.
like
The
disappeared.
court case is pending.
Nothing. They're probably going to sue out of court. I mean, settle out of court.
Well, he's got criminal charges against
Yeah,
him.
and,
I think
he's not
I
an
think
American citizen, so I think he has to face those charges.
yeah, and I think all these like non-life threatening cases have just been postponed till after COVID.
Yeah.
Even
All I-
though that one somebody got shot. To be honest,
All I know is that, yeah, the Filipino just contingent in North America, so between Canada, United States, R&B is their thing.
Like
right?
mad R&B requests all night long.
Like, well, just in general. I mean, there's kids on the West Coast. This party called Cuffin. Cuffin is a huge party, and it's primarily run by Filipino kids, but it's an all R&B party. You know what I'm saying? There was
That's probably lit though.
yeah, this girl So Super Sam. She had a party called 143, which is a all
oh, that
R&B
was
party.
I've heard about that. Okay,
Yeah, that was all R&B party. You know what I mean? So not to pigeonhole them per se, but it's just like I just knew I knew my audience, and I was like, do I really want to grind in it? Like, there's no,
Yeah.
there's no real niggas here. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
not that kind of function. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Let me just stick to what works. So I'm good. And even then, I played 30 seconds of it, and then I ended up going into "I Know" by Jay, and that just set the party off crazy. So,
What's the fashion like down there? What are those kids wearing like down there? I see what the young kids are wearing up here. Is it like the same thing?
a lot of Stussy, a
Oh,
lot of
okay. They're on
Stussy.
some real beach vibes, kind of.
I mean, we could. You, if you threw a rock, you could hit the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's how
Okay.
close we were to the function. So, a lot of Stussy and
Vans, Stussy.
Vans and
Stussy.
Stussy. Okay.
I mean, I don't think outside of Cream, and I don't even know if Cream is really in their canon, and maybe the skate shop that's by the old Commonwealth. You can't really get the fly Nikes down there. You know what I'm saying? So, in their mind, it's like yo, Vans is already the steez. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
saying? Like, um, but I don't know. And there's a mall military circle, which is just like PG Plaza.
All right. So
So
they
it's
might have some mom and pops joints in there.
not even. It's just where the hood goes. You know what I'm saying? It's just
They got
like,
Jimmy Jazz,
it's not even
DCLR.
just like the Foot Lockers are just incredible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
the whatever, however good Plaza
Like
was,
House of Hoops.
what PG Plaza was in 2001 is
Oh
exactly
man,
what.
the World Foot Locker. You remember that, Eddie?
Hell
the
yeah.
that is the exact same thing that Military Circle
Yo,
was.
PG Plaza still hits.
Still does.
Yeah.
100%.
Military Circle is where you would go get your throwbacks
Okay.
at the height of throwback.
They got a throwback
Got
store
you.
at PG Plaza right now.
That's what I'm
right
trying to tell
now.
you.
They got a
That's what I'm
whole
trying to tell you.
jersey store, fitteds and jerseys.
This,
I love
this,
it.
This is the direct descendant of
Yep.
it. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So,
Yeah.
but I mean, they're cool down there, man. They be chilling. They're Commonwealth up a little bit. Everybody wears the Commonwealth Adidas. I saw a bunch of those.
Commonwealth was
Commonwealth.
like the first. It's like they were the first people to open up shop down there, right? There was nothing else down there, was there? Back in
Nah, yeah.
2004.
Nothing down there. Yeah, 'cause
17 years. God damn, that was a long time ago.
I left outfit. I graduated '03, and then when I came back for homecoming '04, I was like, I'm gonna run over here to see what Commonwealth's hitting for, and
Yeah.
I bought the Pharrell, the BBC sneakers, the ones with the ice cream scoop.
Yeah.
So the ones that I have now are
The
from
beeper.
2000.
Which one did you get? The beeper or the
Nah, I got
money
the-
roll?
I got the ice cream cone ones, whichever one.
Okay.
You still got them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Pink bottoms, translucent
Yeah.
bottoms, and
Oh, that's
and
sick.
BBC dude is on. Yeah, I had them for a minute.
The,
So,
the box was like a tin can. It was
I didn't get the tin can one, but
Okay.
I did get. But it's shaped like for sure. So
It's shaped like an ice cream
yeah,
box.
for sure. So VA is cool, man. So I just didn't. It wasn't getting your pusher bag necessarily. It was just like, oh, push his wife. Should I? No, I'm gonna play this. All right, cool, whatever. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So what's the
Yeah.
podcast episode 116? As we proceed, I did see last night on Instagram that our guy DJ Clark Kent,
friend of the show.
friend of this show, a bag that he designed with Toomey is starting to make the rounds.
Uh-oh.
There's a DJ by the name of DJ Scratch who is just a
Legend.
grandmaster DJ Scratch. He was EPMD's DJ, super producer.
Yep.
Yep.
He just did
Scratch
the verses.
Academy.
He just did the verses for Red and Meth, and he's actually
Right.
producing an album with the RZA right now. He was on his Instagram story just going through, you know what I'm saying, just
The
highlighting
details of the bag.
Yeah, Toomey made a DJ bag a few years ago with DJ Vice, I believe. That was fire. But this one looks a little bit iller. The space for this one seems to be appropriate for a DJ in 2021, excuse me. So you can like put a controller, a computer, everything you need, fucking jeans. Like there's enough room for everything in this joint. You know what I mean?
Sneakers.
So, potentially, yeah. I saw some. There's you can hide a lot in these joints.
We need to
So,
find out from Clark Kent if this is hitting the market or we got to get you a bag. Actually,
Abdul's gonna
that's
get you
gotta
one.
happen.
Abdul's gonna get you one.
Yeah,
Clark, man, get me out the way, please. I would represent lovely.
100%.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Clark gotta hold DC down. The illest DJ in DC needs a bag. Please.
Hey, I'm back at it this weekend. It should be fun, man. I'm playing.
Oh shit, I forgot.
No, that's next weekend
Okay.
that we go live. But this weekend I'm doing Oz's spot
Oh,
yeah.
what day?
That's right.
Saturday.
Oh, I'm not even here. Ah, shit. Okay.
Yeah. I reposted the Instagram story tonight, and I've already gotten a bunch of. So it's gonna go crazy.
It's gonna go crazy.
Oh
and
yeah.
I think the weather's about to be ill down here
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Biggs is there Friday night. I'm there Saturday night, so that should be
Oh,
awesome.
they're lining up some real DJs in that joint. They
Oh,
had
they
Harry
they,
Hotter last week.
they put the
Oz played.
whole
Yeah.
they
Oz
put
played.
they put the whole schedule up for June.
Yep.
It's heavy
It's
hitters.
gonna be lit. Yeah.
It's heavy hitters, bro. You
I
know?
mean, Oz is running, I think, the music program there, so it's definitely going to be
He
like
is. He is.
DJs every
Yeah,
weekend.
real DJs.
They definitely
Yeah.
they definitely told me only 2 people can be upstairs. I was just like, yes, that's not gonna happen, guys.
You're like, yeah, right.
I was
Yeah.
like, we're gonna have to push that a little bit more. But it's
How
gonna be a
about
good
12?
time. Yeah, how about 12 for sure?
Yeah.
But that bag looks crazy though, man. Shout out to Clark once again, and another innovative and ingenious idea coming from a DJ for DJs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clark then posted a story on his Instagram with the full, you know what I'm saying? Just
You
like
said he did or did not?
He did. And he was thanking the people
Yeah.
that were involved. And I recall like leaving a comment just with the clapping hands or whatever. And you know, Clark is a legend, man, in many facets of the game and just Brooklyn and just in general.
Yeah.
He's an awesome person. So people are going to support. So once it hits the market,
Yeah, it's outta here.
It's out of here. Yeah, for sure. So whatever if you
I'm not a DJ, but I kind of want that bag, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
I've gone
see
back.
what the deal is.
I think I've gone out a few times where where I wasn't DJing, but I still took my bag with me because it just made sense as a backpack.
Yo, you kind of always have your bag with you.
Yeah.
It's like back in the day, you were just ready to play ball. You might have your
I mean, 'cause
basketball
Jerome,
shorts
Jerome
underneath
is
your
that
jeans.
Jerome is that DJ in the club where they're like, "Oh shit, you're here. You want to get on?" Boom.
All
Yeah.
the time.
Like I've definitely been in the
Yeah,
club with Jerome, and he's definitely got on the turntables
Yep.
somewhere where he wasn't supposed to be DJing,
Because he had the bag with him.
and
I
brought
did-
that motherfucker back to life.
Yeah.
I did that
That's a
Saturday
fact.
with Oz. Oz like, yo, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. Like, play a few. All right, cool. 15 minutes later, I'm like, it was good.
You get like a
know?
text. You get like a text from like, just keep it going, dog.
Yeah, and we was in the club before that. And
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
at 1942.
Yeah.
And my man came at us like, yo, can you jump on for a few? I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yes, it's very much like wearing shorts under your jeans in junior high school. You always got to be ready.
Yeah.
You never know when a game's going to break out. And with your DJ bag, you just never want to lose that bag. You never want to
Yeah.
lose your computer. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like,
That's
there's
your
too
life
many
in there.
Biggs is my man, 50 grand, and like that's my dude. And when we're out, he won't even let me leave my bag in his car. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, just in case something happens.
Just take it with you, yo.
I don't want
take
that
it with you.
responsibility.
Yeah.
I get that.
As much as I hate doing
You know
it
what I hated
sometimes,
about when I was younger was when I went out with my friends and I drove and they somehow wanted to leave their keys in my glove compartment.
Nah, fuck that.
You ever had friends who did that?
Yeah, nah, take your shit.
It makes no sense. Take that
Yeah.
shit with you.
Yeah. Because I'm
Take
gonna
your
leave
keys
your
with
ass at the
you.
club anyway.
Why would you want to leave your keys in my car, dog?
Yeah.
It always created a problem.
Yeah.
Like it never ended up well.
Yeah.
Take your fucking keys with you.
Take everything with you.
Yeah. Fuck out of here. For the new generation coming up, don't do that shit, man. It's terrible.
Yeah, take your shit with you.
I don't know if we spoke about it, but another friend of the show, he sat in on he contributed to one of our podcasts actually. Stereo Faith was on the Waffle Wares, I believe.
Yeah.
Is the name of it, which basically is an Instagram account that highlights vans,
Collectors?
Collectors and enthusiasts. If you don't know Stereo Faith, he is our guy. Been friends for a super long time, and has been an avid shoe collector for the past 25 years.
Plus, yeah.
Yeah, so when Steve and I first got close, he used to live like not far from me, by Wonderland Ballroom, matter of fact, cross street from Wonderland Ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I came through the crib one day and I just saw like the holy grail of sneaker collections in like 2007. And like this is the first time when you see all three Supreme highs, Supreme blazers, like
Supreme lows. He had the whole
everything.
thing.
He had everything.
Yeah, Steve just doesn't buy one. He buys all of them.
Then like '09, he gets sick of it. He's like, I'm just gonna sell everything, and then
Yeah.
just chooses to sell everything.
Steve was sitting on like 1,600 pairs of all fire.
Yeah, I saw the stuff that he kept in the crib.
Yeah.
Used to be insane, right?
Yeah.
So then, Stereo Faith decides, I believe in 2018 or 19, maybe 2018, to do an entire year of Vans, where he posted a brand new, or he not brand new, he posted a pair of Vans every day for a year on his Instagram.
Most of them were brand new.
Most of them were brand new.
Yeah.
Which is an exercise in just patience and money that is, you don't know if you spent, you know what I mean? Like,
But
like,
it's also like something you don't see very often, right? Because while everybody else is gravitating to shit like Nike or Adidas, you don't
He's
really
with
get
that.
to hear a lot about Vans. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when you see somebody who's like, "Yo, this is just what I wear,"
But
it's kind of refreshing.
he's into like all sneakers though too, you know?
You know what? He used to be. I don't know if he still is though. He's kind of moved away from everything else,
Yeah.
and you know he
You don't think he has any of his old Nikes anymore?
I'm sure he does. I just
Yeah.
don't think he wears them.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him in anything other than Vans in the last.
Probably 3-4
10
years.
years. 10
Oh,
years.
10 years?
I think so.
I've seen him in some Gucci shoes.
Oh, I
Oh,
have
well,
seen
yeah.
him in some Gucci joints. You're right. I have
He'll-
seen him in some Gucci joints.
Steve will get jiggy on you.
Yeah.
For sure,
Yeah, I've
but-
seen him in some LV joints.
Yeah.
Some Gucci, some of those like high end sneakers and whatnot.
Yeah.
That you can pass off as for like a wedding or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was on live with this dude talking about Vans and his favorite Vans, and I mean I was in there just trying to make him laugh. To be honest,
I don't think Steve was reading the comments. I think he was
Steve,
focused.
Steve, he was focused because he's also a very well-rounded, so to speak, person, right? Like he's been in everything from hard rock bands in the
Hardcore.
80s to hardcore. Is that what you call it? Hardcore bands
yeah,
in the
hardcore.
80s, rock bands to like part of a dance hall sound set. So it's like he's done everything you can do in music, and now is a big time DJ here in DC. So yeah, it's crazy that the range that he has, right? He's been a roadie for bands. He's done all, so he's done shit that you don't normally see black men doing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you might see it now with like these young kids, but in
He's
like the
been doing
80s
it.
and 90s, there weren't a whole lot of black people doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve's. I mean, one of his specialties is Britpop, which was really
Brick
great.
pop?
Brit.
Britpop.
Oh, Brit pop. Okay.
Yeah, so he was the guy when it came to the Cure, the Smiths, Morrissey, and just
Yeah.
new wave music and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so Steve used to throw a party at Black Cat called Sorted, which was just like
That was a dope party.
In the back
a dope
room.
party,
In the back room.
in
Back bar or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
bar.
Which is now
Okay.
Commonwealth, right?
Yeah.
No, that's where Cookies is gonna be.
The
okay.
back room of Commonwealth is the back bar where Steve played, isn't it?
we're,
Yeah,
no,
it was
we-
on the left.
No, Commonwealth was where the cafe was.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and behind the kitchen of the cafe was the back bar.
Oh well, maybe so. Then
Yeah.
they've rearranged a lot though, because
we'll just say it's where he played. We'll just
Yeah.
we'll just
So-
call it that.
Nevertheless, that was the first time that I saw like the energy from not necessarily just white kids, but just the energy from that particular set matched the energy you would see in hip hop clubs, but just with completely different music. Right? So it'd be like when Annie Up came on, the room's about to go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when he plays
You got to tuck your chain in.
Well, when he plays Last of the International Famous Playboys by Morrissey, these kids they lose it. Or when he
Yeah.
I've
plays
never heard that song.
They start to cry.
cut copy and like all these indie rock bands and all this stuff. And I'm just watching it,
They begin to cry.
they start to cry.
bro. It's emotional. And
It's yeah.
The illest
Is it
part about
emotional?
was,
I
it'd
guess.
it'd be 3 black people in the room. It'd be me, Steve, and this other black bartender dude, and that was it.
What about Matthias? Matthias looks like he be
Matthias is in there.
That was before Matthias.
This is pre Matthias, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he would have been in there.
crying
It's like 06, 07. You know what I'm
with
saying?
big ass tears coming down his cheeks.
Matthias would have been in there.
Would have.
He might have been. He might have been in there. We just didn't know him back then.
He wasn't. I've asked him before. He said he wasn't in there.
Oh man!
It was just
Shout out to Matthias.
Shout out to
Matthias.
Steve, man. Stereo Faith.
Shout out to
Absolutely.
Steve. Steve definitely is just a super interesting cat. Now we're gonna do some work in New York this summer, so that should be fun if we can make everything work out. So
Nice.
be on the lookout for that. Matthias and I got something coming up soon. Be on the lookout for that. We actually got a mix coming out. This comes out Thursday, so probably like Saturday. I think the mix is gonna come out. Should be fun. So yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot of. It's good to see people working outside. Opens in DC on the 11th. Um,
Inside opens,
it,
outside's open.
well, for what I do, opens on the 11th, right? The big boy clubs open the 11th. Something else opens on the 11th too, but we'll talk about that next week. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll be a game changer for everybody as well.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, man. I mean, it's just ready. I think DC is ready to go.
Yeah.
DC is now
You can
giving
feel the energy, man.
DC is giving out tickets again. You feel
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like
Parking tickets.
Parking,
yeah.
16th Street
Yeah.
is not 16th Street was sweet for the past year.
The whole
Yeah.
the whole city. No, you don't have to pay. You don't have to move. Nothing.
You're right.
Belle and I came back from. We went on a little walk tonight because my man got the 75 miles walk in June thing going again, and everybody on like this side of the building, all
Everybody
had
got hit. Yeah.
Everybody had tickets.
They got They got making up to do, man.
Yeah.
You know how much revenue they lost this past year?
They're gonna do bang out these next 3 months.
Oh my god.
They got
I'm
Abdul,
gonna
you got to start paying tickets, man. You got to start paying for parking because I know Abdul don't pay for parking.
I don't pay for parking at all.
Abdul be running red lights.
I'm so reckless. It's crazy. I feel like I'm 19 out here.
Abdul be doing his thing.
It's gonna be but the 11th opens, things open in DC. I want to say, man, I got 6 parties that weekend lined up. And we'll see where we go from there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking to make up revenue.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like so. But obviously tomorrow, by the time this comes out, you should have a little bit of time to get your thing together. I just missed out on the premium goods raffle right before we jumped on tonight.
Well, they shut it down because he said it was too many bots.
The bots went crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
so,
They shut it down. I was
but-
trying to. I went on there to try to enter as well because
What are you trying to get?
the Michigan
Mich-
dunk lows are
dunks?
dropping tomorrow, as well as the Michigan State dunk lows.
Need 'em
The green
both.
ones and the blue and yellow ones?
Yeah, I need both of them.
Yeah. I'm not even whatever. I'll try, but I'm not even whatever.
Ah man, I mean this drops tomorrow. You know who else is getting them that we can just try at?
Who?
DTLR.
Oh yeah, but which ones?
I think
All
it's
of them?
just. I mean, it might be online. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm gonna just try to go online.
We'll try. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I got the gym. I got the gym scheduled for 10 a.m. tomorrow, but I'll double check. But yeah, the Michigan lows look the
Crispy,
Michigan,
right?
Oh my god,
They look so good.
my man got them, and I was like, bro, I know you paid like StockX prices. Like you're not that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
What's StockX prices? Like you might as well just buy the off-white ones.
yes,
Wow, fuck that.
Yeah.
because they haven't hit retail yet. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if you
They'll
want 'em
drop
early,
after tomorrow.
they'll drop. Yeah, for sure. Hold on, we just had a comment left.
Oh,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. At Don't Charge Abdul Dirty Feet with no socks on, respectfully.
Oh,
with the
man.
mean mug face. At Joe Mega Third jeans with no pockets. I gotta laugh. I'm good money. You're not, bro.
I think I know who that is. I think I know who that is.
wait, what happened? Oh, yeah.
Sorry if people. Our Instagram is popping. Make sure you're
Jeans
following
with
us.
no
I,
pockets.
I think people are trying to catch up to the newest episode.
Yo,
Listen, all I know-
episode 112. We were a little bit reckless on there.
I
We
sp- I
apologize if we
speak- I
offended
speak from-
anyone.
I speak from experience only, and I'm going home very soon. So I know the jeans with no pockets are
I don't fuck with that.
you know where you can find jeans with no pockets. If you walk down
Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant about noon, they got the mannequins outside.
Yeah.
And they got on like the worst jeans ever, and like
Oh, my God.
that's Mount Pleasant style. But nevertheless,
If you
these-
know, you know.
Yeah.
the Michigan lows are just stellar. Those are stellar.
Have you been wearing any of the dunks you've been getting or not?
I wear them all. I wear the Sambas all the time. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I want to get a pair of the UNLVs now.
the low top ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got my high top ones from like 05, 06, whenever those.
I don't
dropped.
really like the hot top dunks, man. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I got the black and the yellow ones, and I just can't.
iOS.
I can't do it.
I like the
love
lows too.
I love those.
I don't like how the flap comes off on the high tops.
I
Like
have
how
the
like
Mich-
it's not attached.
I have the Michigan State highs, and I'm yet to wear them because I don't really care. And like, I can't wear highs in the summer. That's like a violation for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just prefer the lows, man.
Yeah,
They look better for me with shorts and with jeans on.
I think so too.
But the highs are dope too.
Yeah, I mean you wear the highs all the time. I've been seeing you
Yeah.
rock the Iowas a lot.
Yeah.
The Wu Tangs.
The Wu Tangs, definitely.
so obviously, both of those sneakers come out this.
Your boy Clark
Thursday.
Kent just put a bunch of Bapes up on his page.
Yeah, they're all fire.
Wow. When are those coming
Fire.
out?
They already came out. They came out last weekend.
Shit.
Well, this past Saturday.
The Puerto Rico Air Force One.
Air-
I'm sorry,
Air
Puerto
Max
Rico Air
97.
Max 97s.
Those are dope.
Shout
I'm
out
gonna
to
try
Soul Priorities, man. Shout out to them again, man. I got the
For sure.
Iowa Dunks in a kid size from them for the low. So
Did you see that? Did you see Nike added the University Blue in men's sizes?
yes, I put the notify check on Sneakers app.
It just doesn't have the gold on the back. That's the only different part.
It might have the gold on the back. I didn't
does-
I didn't
it
bother to
doesn't.
go through all the pictures. Oh, okay.
And it's just white.
Yeah.
Oh. They knew dudes were going crazy for those though. That's
Yeah.
a perfect summer shoe.
Yeah.
But Nike's actually making a lot of dunks that I don't like anymore. So
There's some multicolored shits that are kind of trash to me.
They got a lot of joints that would have sat in Commonwealth 14 years ago. Like,
Yep.
They have a lot. They got some. I saw some camo joints today that are terrible. Some off-white ones. These free 99 dunks. I mean, I'm just like, you guys are really going the wrong. This big kids dunk low. I am gonna try to get though for my
Big
daughter.
kids. Oh yeah, I seen that.
They just sometimes just go too far, man.
What
Like
size did a big kid dunk lows go up to?
7, I think.
7, yeah. I think
Oh,
that's
Men
where,
7.
Yeah.
I think that's where Isabella is. No, she's not there yet.
Nah, she's no way. She's like a 5.5.
Yeah,
maybe
all right,
5.
cool. I'll get a 6 and just we'll sit on
Yeah,
them.
just get it.
But
Sit on
those-
them till school opens up.
Those Moniers,
Yeah. Good luck. I'm gonna try those too.
those
Me too.
Moniers are next Thursday. All right, I saw my man Alex the Don wearing them out in Arizona.
He paid all the money for it.
He did what he did. All right.
Yeah, he paid.
You
Good
know
for
what I
him
mean?
though.
Yeah, for sure.
Jordan 3s is his shoe though, so it only makes sense for him to have them.
Listen, man, it is what it is. You feel me? So, nevertheless, it's all good. That's the sneaker update. I mean, unless Abdul, what have you picked up recently? Because I haven't picked up anything.
I got those Bapes coming in as well. The ones
All
that
of 'em.
Clark, yeah, that Clark just posted. Listen, I've been going hard on Bapes. Actually, more recently.
Have they
Like,
been dropping a lot of Bapes lately?
I got the Stash. They did a collab with Stash. I grabbed those. Then they did these camouflage pairs. They did a green camo, blue camo, and a pink camo on a white pair. That I grabbed those as well. And now I just grabbed the 6 pairs of these. Bape historically probably has the worst quality sneakers in the history of sneakers.
Yeah, they're fake shoes.
Even fake shoes have better quality
Yeah.
than what
But
Bape
they're like
made.
old school fake Air Force Ones.
Yeah, but I'm really hoping. I haven't worn any of these yet, but I'm hoping that has changed, and it might have because Bapes does historically with terrible quality, and the patent leather ones. Oh my God!
Well, and like I don't think like even like Nigo's involved with Bape anymore. So I
Nah,
can't
he's not, but
I can't imagine the quality being better.
Well, it could have because technology's just gotten better, right? I don't see factories even have the same
I
equipment
mean,
that they had
Air Force
15
Air
years
Force
ago.
Ones have got worse. They're not even fucking leather anymore.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. These are almost $300 a pop, so
I mean,
I
it's-
find myself when it comes to Bape, I only look at like the home goods, right? Like I only
Yeah.
want like the little, like same way
the
with
chair,
Supreme.
the table,
Supreme. Yeah, I just want like the cool little home good stuff.
Yeah.
Like
accessories.
$95 on a T-shirt, $300 on some fake Air Force Ones.
I'm good.
I just don't live that life.
the colors of these they did a really good job on
Yeah,
all
you
these
could
colors.
Nike
though.
ID all that shit.
Yeah.
The only thing that I
nah.
don't, the only thing that I don't like about Bape too is their strategy to remain relevant is basically to whore out the brand, right?
Yeah.
They've done collaborations with everybody you can imagine. People who they have a collaboration right now with M&M's. Like, why is that?
Yeah.
Like with Coca-Cola, you know what I'm
But that's
They
some
saying?
need to do a
That's some
collab with
Japanese shit though.
they need to do a collab with What's a Podcast.
I mean, we'll
That needs
tag
to
them.
happen.
We'll
Listen,
tag them. We'll tag them. Anything's possible.
Kevin Lee, we need a collab. Shout out to my homie Kevin.
Anything's possible in 2021.
Yeah.
I just got my yeah, okay. All right, so we're at the show now. We say, what is Abdul watching?
Yo, I actually watched quite a bit of TV this past week, man. I started it off with maybe y'all watched this. Did y'all see LeBron James? His show on HBO came back on. It's called The Shop,
Yeah,
and it had Jay-Z on it.
exactly. That's what Bad Bunny and Jay Z.
Jay-Z, Bad Bunny, and I should look up the WNBA player's name as well. She's of Nigerian heritage, but she was also on there. It was good, man. I really like Jay-Z even more. Like, I don't know why, but just listening to him talk just reminded me as to why I just fuck with dude, man.
Yeah,
He wasn't on some cool guy shit.
he was just on some regular type
He
shit.
was just on some regular, I'm a
Yeah.
dad now, talking about his daughter, the shit that we go through, just the same things I go through as a father is the same things he's going through as a dad with his daughter. That and he also gave an amazing story about DMX, and without giving too much of it away, but it was DMX just left that impact for anybody who saw him perform live. Left a severe impact on their lives, man. And when he passed away, and actually even before he passed away, I talked about when I saw him perform at Howard Homecoming in
Yeah,
2001. Actually, Jay-Z was also at that same show. He performed earlier. But Jay talked about when he was on tour with X and how X ripped the crowd, like completely had the whole arena going absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
he went on right before Jay
And,
too.
yeah, and then Jay had to come on right after that.
Yeah.
Of course, he went into more detail with the story. So that was a great show. I watched it. Trust me, it's a good, entertaining. I think it's only a 30-minute show, man. But
Yeah, it's like
but
45 tops.
yeah, it was really good, and Jay-Z was a perfect way to open up their new season.
Yeah.
I also watched this movie called Oslo on HBO Max, which is funny enough, it's actually about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and some peace talks that were supposed to happen in 1993 in Oslo, which is Oslo is in Norway, right? I think it is in Norway, but it was about these peace talks that was supposed to happen, and how they actually went through. They got the Israeli president at the time, or the prime minister, agreed to this peace treaty with Yasser Arafat in 1993, and they actually came and signed it here in Washington D.C. at the White House when Bill Clinton was here. So the peace treaty got signed in Washington D.C., and it brought peace to that region for a very short-lived time, until some Israeli Orthodox Jew, I think, killed the prime minister because they didn't want peace with Israel. I'm sorry, they didn't want peace with Palestine. So anyway, this movie is about how the peace treaty came into place and what went around it and the people who were involved with it. It's actually both boring and interesting at the same time, if you get my drift, because it
Yeah.
can get slow at times, but the story is just really compelling. So listen, if you're in the mood to learn a little bit more about what's happening in that region, I think whoever made this movie, I don't even know if they timed it right or when they started filming it. Obviously, they didn't just make it right when this conflict started a few weeks ago. This movie must have been planned like years ago, right?
Crazy.
But they definitely dropped it at the right time, because I think I've learned more about this conflict over the last month than I ever have in my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm learning more and more things about um, where it started, how it started, who was there first, and who came in after, who was a refugee, and who got accepted in, and how England came in and basically gave the land away. Um, yeah, man, I think social media has its ups and downs, man. It just depends how you choose to use it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's definitely can be used as a learning tool. But Oslo on HBO, it's on there right now. You can go check it out. And then another show that I've been talking about repeatedly for the last few weeks has been Mayor of Easttown. The finale was this past week, man, and uh, I'm not gonna give it away, but I saw the ending coming right at the beginning of this episode. Right when I think maybe 10 minutes into it, I knew what the end was gonna be. So I wasn't necessarily disappointed, but um, it wasn't that aha like they
Yeah.
wanted it to be. Like I think I'm not the smartest person in the room, so if I was able to predict it, I think other people were as well. So still very entertaining, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I just also realized that Shorty, who's in the show playing Mare, which is the name of the lead character, is also the Shorty from the Titanic. So interesting enough. I didn't make that connection until a couple of days ago. I also started this new show called Flatbush Misdemeanors on Showtime. Um, Really, really funny. It's about two really good friends. One's white and one's black, and they live in Flatbush, Brooklyn. And it's just about their little escapades, man. It's a comedy. It's also got my guy, what's his name, man? Weebay from The Wire. Remember Weebay? He was a soldier in
Yeah, I think I
what's my
do.
man's crew? Yeah, um, I forget his real name, but he's a New York native, really good actor, and he's really funny in this show too, man. So yeah, that's what I got for TV, man. Oh, also I watched Tenet, the movie Tenet on HBO. Uh, that's with Denzel Washington's son. Um, Long movie. It's about 2.5 hours long. Um, Entertaining, but I didn't fully get it. I didn't understand. It was just a lot happening, but the action is good in it. Um, and but I don't think they did a really good job of explaining what they were trying to portray in the movie. But listen, once again, like I said, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, so maybe it just went over my head.
Speaking of The Wire, it debuted 19 years ago today, right?
Really,
June
greatest
2nd,
show on television.
June
Shout out to
2nd,
Baltimore.
June 2nd, 2002. So
Wow.
shout out to The Wire, yeah, for sure. I started a new book which is super super good. It's called Winning. It's by Tim Grover, who is Michael Jordan's trainer. So it's a really good. I got the
Okay.
audio book, so I listened to it on my walks around
Walks.
town. Yeah, it's
Word.
fantastic. Yeah,
I saw you back on the walks, man. You started June off with a bang on the Nike app. I think you were like up like 4 or 5 miles already.
because the competition started again.
Oh, okay. It's part of the competition.
Yeah,
Got you.
yeah. So my man got 75 miles that he challenges everybody
It
to.
has to be walking only,
No,
or
running too.
I might have to hop on that challenge, man.
You didn't get in last year?
No,
Oh yeah, yeah. So 75 miles walk or run for the month of.
I was on your challenge last year, not your man's though.
It's
You
the
had
same
one
one.
last year.
No, that's my man. It's the same one.
Same one.
Yeah, but it was through your account. I never had to.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, you
You
can.
were the one who started the challenge. It was through
Oh,
your account, and you and I are friends on the app, so I
okay.
was able to join it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can join it now still if you want.
Okay.
75 miles. Anybody can join it. Actually, it's in my Instagram story, and it's super like it's just random people from all across the country. There's like this kid Jaime from First Impressions, who like lives in Miami. I haven't seen Jaime probably in 10 years, but he's always in the challenge every year.
Word.
A bunch of just kind of random people just trying to get it right. You know what I mean? So I will know. I will say that I think I see a lot of people getting ready for the opening. They're like rushing to try to get in shape over these next 10 days, which is not going to happen. But
Listen, these challenges help you get in shape, man. It's motivation to get out
for
there. I'm not
sure.
even gonna front. The challenge you had last year, that 75-mile joint, was right at the time. I was kind of getting started a little bit into running, and I remember just being like, "Yo, I need to get motivated and just go out there just to try to complete the challenge."
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly, I'm waiting for somebody to sell their Peloton so I can get one because I know how people do. This summer is going to be reckless. People going to be outside. Peloton going to get dust on it. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, come, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that. So
yeah.
there's going to be a good, I think, opportunity for people to get in shape over the next few weeks, and
Did
I'm
you get
on
your
it,
new
man.
bike yet?
Month of
still waiting
June.
for it. I'm still waiting for it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit my man yesterday. I said, "What's up with your guy?" He said, "Man, I'm gonna talk to him today." So, I'm not in a rush per
Yeah.
se. Like it's gonna be there when it's gonna be there. But the challenge is good. You know what I'm saying? Bella and I got a mile in today. I got 4 miles the other day. So
Nice.
we're gonna be all
I'm
right.
I'm
So
17 miles in yesterday
it's
and today.
beautiful. I found the Klingle Park Trail. I think that's the best trail in DC right now.
Mm.
Um, it's like super in the cut. I actually don't even know where it is technically. Like I know how to get to the trail, walk it, but when I'm there, I'm like I don't know what part of DC I'm in per se.
Interesting.
Uh,
Okay.
but I believe it's between Connecticut and Wisconsin. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just super in the cut, and the people are nice. They speak to you. They're like, "Hey, good morning." I'm like, "Good morning." You know what I'm saying? And I go out there. I do that. I do some push-ups and sit-ups while I'm out there. Turn back around 4 miles. You know what I mean? So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens, man. The weather's going to turn up out here. They're calling for 90s over the weekend.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
that's. I mean, it's June. You know what
You
I'm
do
Yeah.
that in
saying?
the
Like,
middle of the day, you're gonna come back 6 pounds lighter, though.
yeah, yeah. I might do it might do it like
Yeah.
for you know what I mean. Just drink water. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because Bella and I were outside today. It was 3:30,
Ooh.
and
That's hot.
she just wanted to go to the joint to the playground. We at the playground for like 15 minutes. She like, Daddy, I'm hot. I said, let's go
Yeah.
back home. We stopped at the grocery store on the way home. She killed like a 24 ounces of water, and she was done for the rest of the day. Like she had nothing for the rest of the day. I said, Boo, we gotta wait till about 6. Now you wait till about 6 to go outside. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's all good. Episode 116. What's the podcast? We knocked it out the box. Shout out to my man, always available. Hashtag Shu or Eddie.
Peace, y'all.
My man, Don't Charge Abdul.
Have a great week, guys.
Do remember you can listen to What's the Podcast at our archive site, What's the Podcast.live, and search for What's the Podcast on YouTube. And you can find all the wonderful episodes there. I'm DJ Jerome Baker III, and we're out. Peace.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.